Hey everybody, this is Ray Haycraft, Fuel Scene Magazine, here with Front Porch in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Guys want to say hey?
Hello!
Hey!
So we're going to start with having you all introduce yourselves for our listeners who may not be familiar with you, and then we'll ask you a couple questions. So starting on my left, can you introduce yourself and what you play?
Joel Stryker, bass guitar.
My name's Hunter Link. I'd mostly just do their sound.
Justin Gibson would do drums.
Derek Lannon, guitar and vocals.
Awesome. How would you describe Front Porch to someone who has never heard you before?
Been asked that many a time.
It sounds like Jimi Hendrix and Metallica had a love child and abandoned it on the front porch.
That is the best answer I think we've ever heard from a band as far as that goes. That is incredible. Love it.
So your Facebook says blues, maybe metal, maybe rock, question mark. So how do you describe yourselves beyond that?
Can you?
Can you?
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, it's a roller coaster ride of sounds and colors and what we bring to the table. It's not everything stays the same. Tempos are up and down.
So it's an experience.
Yes, it's definitely an experience.
Awesome.
We just want to share our art with the world. And there's no gimmicks. It's none of that. It's just music, you know. People want to hear music and not be bored to death, you know.
Your
Just something different. Yeah, pretty much. Just different, you know.
So tell us a little bit about the origin story of Front Porch, how it came to be, how you came to this part in your story.
I answered an ad in the newspaper. No, I'm just kidding.
No, actually, I met this guy right here, Justin, 7 or 8 years ago. We were working for the same company, and he was like, hey, I play drums, you know. I was like, hey, cool. He invited me over, and we started jamming. You know, and about a year ago, I met this guy and got an offer to play Amos's, and I was like, hey, you want to come play bass with us?
You don't say no to Amos's.
Right.
Exactly.
You don't say no. And we, you know, did a gig, did another gig, and next thing you know, here we are up here in Winston with you guys, huh?
So how are you doing with your recording process? I hear that you've got some new music in the works. What's up next for you all as far as recordings?
Hopefully another album
Yeah,
with
full-length album will be
Full-length
is
album.
on the
We're
agenda.
just working on our demo now, and you know, Hunter and a lot of the guys, they've been working on it. Pat and George, our manager, and sounding good, and we got some heavier stuff coming. Actually, some more mellow stuff coming too. So, same Front Porch, just a different area. We're just moving forward and, you know, really meshing as a band between the three of us.
I mean, if you could say a one-stop shop for music, that would be our next album's goal.
So something for everybody.
Hopefully.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And when are you hoping generally for that to drop? Soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
In a process.
I love that answer.
Busting my ass to get it done.
So stay tuned. Keep up with you all on social media, and it might drop any second, is what you're saying.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Okay, I love that answer. Right now, what song do you feel like is resonating with fans the most?
Badass, Voodoo, and The River. A really high rating right now between Reverb Nation and everything else I've been putting it up on. So it's looking pretty good. You know, we got a great response from Badass. I mean, 74% of the people like it on Reverb, so.
You heard it. What do you think?
You like it?
Pretty badass.
Great answer.
Christy was playing it earlier, and she was like, "Hey, you got to hear this. You got to hear this song. It's
Well,
called
I like
Badass."
that. I like the more like groove rock, but you can kind of the mixture between blues and metal. Like I'm a huge Godsmack fan, and I kind of get that vibe right. Exactly.
That was the
Yes.
first thing she said. Yep.
Yes, and I'm like, okay, I can do that. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we appreciate it.
Who writes the lyrics in your music?
This guy.
Can you talk a little bit?
Derek writes all the lyrics.
Well, yeah, I write the lyrics, and I usually come up with the guitar riff, and then I take it to this guy. Either he throws it out, or we rehatch it. Then this guy comes and puts the gravy all over the meat and potatoes, so to say. And, yeah, you know, and I don't know how I write it. It just comes to me. I just walk around, and it doesn't mean anything, or maybe it does.
Doobie-doobie. Yeah, I like that one.
So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit behind the lyrics of Badass.
Okay, so, you know, I'm working with this guy at work, and we've been working with him as my boss, you know, and we always going back and forth, you know, and he looks at me one day and he's like, oh, you know, we're going back and forth. And he's like, so you think you're a badass now? And I was like, hell yeah.
Off it went.
Short and sweet and to the point. I like it.
Pretty much.
I like it. What is coming up in the next year for Front Porch? Ideally.
More touring, more gigs.
Yeah, we're booking more and more gigs. Trying to get them out there. I got A&R Records. They're contacting me already, and I'm working, talking with them guys right now. But right now we're just doing small venues. We're hoping to hook up with you and Ramey and try to get put out there a little bit more and just see where it goes from there. You know, great response so far from everybody.
Awesome.
So
Just exposure. We want to expose ourselves.
I will expose you.
Trench coat's closed.
How would you describe what your live show experience is like to someone who you would like to invite out to experience your shows? How would you describe that? What would you say to get them out?
Well, I'd say if you want to hear some genuine high-quality rock and roll, come and check us out. Come see us play and just hear it for yourself, you know, because
Yeah, we're
we
not
never
just
played
screaming
anything-
type.
yeah.
We're not,
I'll tell you, George introduced me to him the first time about a year ago. I wasn't hot on him. Sets I didn't like, the music wasn't good. But then I went to the Bagger show, and they played this whole new set with new music, and I was just sold. And right there, I said, I'm going to put everything I got into this and make these guys a name. So,
George's experience pretty much sums up you guys' live experience. First time he heard you guys play, whatever song it was that turned on, he said he told the girl he was talking to, shut up, and he turned around and paid attention to you guys.
and
He said you caught his
sold me on
attention like
coming to see
that.
him.
See, I wasn't there for that, so.
Yeah, we're not there. We're at the bottom of the totem pole, you know. We're horse
We're
for
up
the
on
music.
stage doing it.
I grew up in Southern California, you know, and I knew Gwen Stefani and went to school with her, and a bunch of other people, you know, Sublime. So I grew up in that whole realm of music, alternative and rock, and I really ran around with all the bands all the time and partied with them and did everything and got a general knowledge of what to do. George came to me and said, look, I got this band. They're hot. I want to put everything I got into it. I said, I don't do that no more. You know, I said, I just build decks. I went and I checked it out. I said, all right, you know, let me see what I can do. And I wasn't real hot, like I said at first, but that second concert, that show I went to, when you played Badass and Voodoo was my song. You know, and it just said, well, I'm a nobody, but I'm going to make him somebody, you know.
So they effectively got you back in
Oh
the
yeah,
game.
they definitely got me back in the game. So I mean, I'm pushing 4 to 6 hours a day on promoting them online, getting gigs, you know, trying to set up more gigs and contact people. And I don't usually put that much effort into anything except for my daughter, but these guys I will. So.
That should say something.
So inspiring the world is what I'm hearing.
Pretty much.
No, I'll tell you the truth. You want to come out here, if you enjoy music and you like rock and roll, you can come out and watch the three of us because we put everything into that music, and you will see that on stage. You see us play. We play from what's inside, and not
It is
because some label says, oh, go out and play this song. That's not the way we roll. We're playing our music for us, and we know you're going to enjoy it along the way. Bottom line.
That's awesome.
Front Porch gonna take over. No.
So, what words of wisdom would you impart on our listeners as a final thought, inspiration? I mean, it sounds like you're our lyric man, so not to put
Smiles
you on
are
spot.
free,
Get
huh?
poetic.
Smiles are free. That's what I want to say,
like that.
because you know it don't cost nothing to smile. You know, it costs somebody something, but not me. And that makes me happy. That keeps me smiling. And yeah, just positive vibes, guys. Come check us out. You know, check us out on frontporchrocks.com, or even check us out on the Reverb Nation page.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today, and we're gonna go hear you all rock the Front Porch.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank